Okay, so this is our defensive set, which is a half-court trap called our 1-2-2. All right, and if you're not familiar with why it's called 1-2-2, it's because we have 1 in the first line, we have 2 in the second line, and we have 2 in the third line. So that's 1, 2, 2. Okay, so you can see here, only the guy that's in that front line is in the front court. His job, once the ball's inbound, we're not pressuring the inbounds pass, we're trying to invite them to bring the ball into these corners here, all right? Because by doing so, we add the back court line, the half court line as a defender, as well as the sideline. So we can effectively have 4 defenders in the corner when we double team the ball. So what we want to do if we're this guy here is overplay to their weak side, which most of the time is going to be their left hand. So we're pushing them to this left side. Now, as soon as the ball is on one side or the other, everyone's shifting. So as it starts to move here, both the players down the line shift. All 4 of them, in fact, will start shifting across. All right, this player here, it's important that we don't come too close to that halfway line. We want this player to think that they can dribble over the half-court line. If we're standing up here, all right, we might get a double team, all right, but we haven't trapped them in the corner of the court, so they can still just dribble back out and around or get a pass back out to their big guy. We want them to be trapped over the half-court line in these corners over here, okay, because they can't pass the ball back, all right, they can't dribble back, they are stuck in that corner, and hopefully we can steal the pass that they try to make out. So as that ball's coming up, all right, the 5, say this player's down the wing, the big guys down the back, it's their responsibility to take that pass away. All right, we see it many times where the guy just dribbles down, sees this player because the big guy down the back hasn't rotated yet, and just throw the ball all the way across into the front court, and that ruins our trap. We don't even get a look at trapping the ball. So we have to be aware down here at the back to take these passes away. Now, most likely when the ball's coming down this side of the floor, this player down the line is going to flash middle. So if that ball's still in the backcourt, this second line defender here who's not on the ball side over here, their job is to stop those passes coming in to this area here, okay? Because it's okay, I don't mind if they're passing the ball in reversing it around in the backcourt. They've only got 8 seconds to get it over, okay? So hopefully by that time it's a rush anyway. So we're taking away this pass here. If we can, we're inviting that ball to come into the front court right here, and we would cut them off so they can't get on the sideline and cut them back off so they can't come back to the middle and get a nice little trap like that. The 4, their job is to stop any passes coming across this way, last resort, okay? Let's say we didn't get into that position there where the ball was still here, okay? We were inviting it, but they didn't want to take our invitation and they wanted to reverse the ball. So they reversed it here, okay, and they came back to this side. This player, all right, they're working the hardest the whole time. They've got to chase that ball and push it back to the side. So if it came over here, they'd be pushing it now to this side. Okay, I know it's not their weak hand anymore, but we still want to trap that ball, all right, as soon as it crosses the half-court line. So everyone would have shifted, okay? Like we said before, this player who's not on the ball side in that second line, their job is to stop any passes coming into this area here, okay? So we would then trap that ball, hopefully, in the corner on this side here. Okay, like we said, once they pass, this player's out of it. If they cross, this player has to make a read. All right, are they passing here or are they passing somewhere close by? But we want to stop these passes coming out to the middle of the court. So most likely we'll be playing up the lane a little bit here. All right, and the 5 can be a little bit adventurous, just being aware of who's back door and not overplaying up too high. Okay, but they should be the most vocal in this situation as to who's guarding what. If the ball had been passed over, so we were inviting it over, they hadn't crossed the half court yet, let's say they did get a pass in here, all right, if the ball is passed above the free throw line area, so anywhere from here up to the halfway line, if that ball was passed, then we would be looking to trap it still in the same way. So we'd try and channel it back to this guy who's hustling back so that we can get a little sideline trap. Okay, we might not have that half court line as a defender there, but we've definitely got a good opportunity to trap using the sideline as the extra defender, and hopefully just put that little bit of pressure on them so that they are forcing shots once they come down. If they do get the ball over and they're ready to run their sets, then we would most likely, depending on the zone defense we play, either play our 2-3 defense, okay, which might look a little bit like that, or sometimes we will come back into our 1-2-2 half court, which again looks as the half court trap. All right, where we've got 1 at the top, 2 in the second line, and 2 down the back. You'll need to watch the video on how that rotation happens for that defense in the half court.